Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. Today we're on episode 4 of You Matter Too, the mini-series all about you. Ways to really, get to know yourself better, love yourself, and celebrate you. And today we're actually going to be talking about, is your soul tired? And it's part 2. So if you didn't listen to part 1, I highly recommend going back and listening to it. It really kind of sets the foundation for this conversation. And I'm pretty much picking up right where I left off last time. It was a big, long one, but it was packed full of soul, feel-good vibes. So go check that out. Or listen to this one first and then go. But you would really benefit from listening to part 1 of this as well. So we talked about just what is it when I say is your soul tired? What does that look like? Signs that your soul is tired and things that you can do. And that's kind of where we are now. I ended last episode sharing ways that you could, really reconnect and fill up your soul with things that you could do in that moment today. And then over the week, and then continuously. And now we're really going to go deeper into what that looks like. So I'm going to share rituals and practices. I kind of gave you an inside look of what mine looked like, but I kind of want to give just a nice little simple, not even simple, but a good starting point for you to really start your own. And remember what I said, and I think it was one of the episodes. I say it a lot. So it's what Louise Hay always said. Take from what, you learned in her book and then leave the rest behind. Listen to different ritual ideas. And then it's having this fun adventure of finding out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So it's not about seeing it as a failure. Like if you try a routine, a certain ritual or a practice and you're like, ooh, I didn't like that. It's okay. It's not that you suck at it or that it's really you're not good. It means that maybe that's not the right practice for you. Now, I also encourage you to give it a shot a few times, possibly depending on what it is, just because sometimes we're in a bad mood. I remember I watched Legally Blonde, and I can't remember, probably way back when it came out, and I absolutely hated it. I remember sitting there the whole day complaining about it. My sisters and probably my brother and my mom, we were all sitting in the living room watching this movie, and I was just dissing it the whole time. Now looking back, I'm like, how rude was I to diss continuously while we're watching this movie? And then later on in my life, I watched it again and I love it. And my daughter loves it. We watched it together. It was just so fun. But the thing is, we can be in bad moods and things can rub us the wrong way. And, I was reminded about a nutritionalist too that says she gives her kids the same food 7 times. You got to try it 7 times. I don't think you need to try something in particularly 7 times for a practice or something, but give it a fair shake. So if you weren't in a great place or a great mood, try it a couple times before you, throw it away for good. But then again, for me, one example is I used to try to be a 5 a.m. I wanted to join the 5 a.m. club with Raman Sharma. I thought it was good. I thought it was amazing because I followed him. I really believe in what he says. And I was like, oh my goodness, I need to do this. And later did I realize, after years and years of trying and failing and feeling like a failure, I realized that mornings aren't my flow, my jam. I could get up at 5 a.m., but I won't be productive till probably 10 or 11 in the morning. I could push through and do it and go, but that's not where my creative energy is. Honestly, I'm the most creative at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, right before the kids get home from school. Anyway, I figured out ways to work around that. Anyway, let's get back to you because you do matter. You truly matter. And it's so important that you understand that. I'm sending you a ginormous, big, warm hug right now. So let's get comfy and let's talk about rituals and practices before I get on another little rant and share more. So gentle, soulful tools, things that you can do. So there's several rituals and practices you can adapt in your life. the 10-minute morning anchor. Upon waking up, sit up, place both feet on the floor, breathe deeply for 2 minutes with awareness. And then ask yourself, what would nourish me today? Write one word or sentence to kind of ground you in this day. Set one small intention, not a to-do list here. Let's be clear on that. But a way of being. So example, I will be gentle with myself. One of my favorite is I choose love. And then, so that's your morning anchor. 10 minutes. You got this. The evening unload. So it's called the evening unload. So roughly 15 minutes here. So before bed, write down 3 things that happened that day and one emotion you felt. Now, this could be tricky if you feel a lot of emotions, but it's really just bringing awareness to what you've been feeling throughout the day. And there's no right or wrong. If you want to write down more, by all means, it's your evening unload. Okay? Then name anything unfinished and give it a parking space. So a time or a note for later. I do this all the time with my business. If I have a huge to-do list and I don't get it all done, I just shift it around a little bit. And then close with gratitude. One thing that felt good. Okay, so we have the morning anchor, the evening unload, and now we're going with the micro creative pause. Keep a small notebook or we all have phones a lot of the time. So open an app on your phone and you can create a little folder for it and call it Creative Pause. And then twice a day for 5 minutes, doodle, write freely, hum, or just something to really connect you with your creative awesomeness. So without judgment. And it's permission for you to play throughout the day. And then another one is called the nature reset. We all know how nature is amazing. This is a reset in nature for about 20 to 30 minutes. Give or take, like you can make it shorter or longer, whatever feels right to you. Again, these are just foundations and a great starting point, and you get to create and add your own unique flair to them. So the nature reset. Go outside with the intention of sensing rather than solving. Walk slowly. Touch a leaf. Listen to the birds singing. Notice the sky. Are there clouds? Is it clear? Is it dark? And if it's warm enough and you can remove your shoes and feel the earth. And just really be mindful of the feeling and the senses that bring with it. It really helps ground us when we can go barefoot on the earth. Not every time or place, works for that. But if you can, that's a really great grounding practice there. Okay, and then the boundary ritual. Choose one boundary to practice for a week. So for example, no emails after 7 p.m. And you can also share that with others that it will affect and set reminders for yourself too. So share it with family or coworkers or whoever is involved with that boundary. I actually feel like some of the hardest boundaries I've had to set was with myself. To say, no, I'm not checking email after 7 o'clock. Or no, I'm not going to be on my phone like late at night. Different things. And there's amazing apps that you can get for your phone to go into, to kind of just help you. Digital Wellness, I believe, is one of the apps that I use. And it's just really important to be mindful of what boundaries you need to set. And then notice how your energy shifts. It's really important to, if we practice something and we set a healthy boundary, it's really important to start noticing how much that improves your energy, your happiness, helps you reconnect to yourself. Because the more we know it makes us feel good, the more we can practice it. I hope that makes sense. And then here's a great practice for when you feel overwhelmed. So we can just call it practice for overwhelm. You can come up with a cheeky, fun name for it if you like. We'll just go with the simple practice for overwhelm. When you're overwhelmed, place both hands over your heart and breathe for 4 counts. And then say, this is hard. I can hold this. You're going to repeat that 3 times. So this is hard. I can hold this. If you need more, place your hands on your belly and count to 10 slowly. And then last but not least, and this is one of my absolutely favorite ones ever. I love all of them, but this is number 7. And it's create like a Sabbath, or for me, like I call it, a lazy day. Once a month, or for me, I really, really believe I'd like to do this weekly, but at least once a month, create half a day or a whole day where you engage in soul nurturing creative activities with absolutely no goal attached. So for me, a lot of my time, it looks like I really try to do this weekly. It doesn't always happen, but I really try. And I try to go the whole day, but obviously, I have children and we need to eat and do things. So there's cooking involved and dishes, but for the most part, it's trying to be more mindful, or if I'm cooking, cook as a family and spend time. But the biggest thing here is no goal attached. So you can do painting, cooking, gardening, building a playlist, and it's just setting that time. So I'm saying once a month and a half day. If you don't have any of these now, it's a really good starting point where you try once a month for half a day. Just allow for fun to unfold, like no scheduling, no goal planning, no to-do list, just be in that moment and see what unfolds. And it could be, you could set an intention where it's like, I'm going to try something new, and it could be painting, or I'm going to get back into a hobby I absolutely loved. And then get those supplies, like painting or cooking or whatever brings your heart joy, makes your soul sing. And it's just setting that intention, but with no goal attached. That's very, very important. So I really encourage you to pick 2 practices to start, or if that seems overwhelming, even 1. I'm the type of person that I'm like, I'm going to do it all right now. And then usually in about a week or 2, maybe a month, maybe if I'm lucky, I'm like, ooh, this isn't sustainable. It's building up slowly. So it's starting a foundation and then slowly building up from there. So slow and steady wins the race. It really is that. So don't do it all at once, but whatever really made you go, oh, that sounds fun. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Pick that. Okay. So we need to talk about something in the room, and it's addressing resistance and guilt. It happens to all of us. We have these ideas. I had the perfect routine, the morning routine picked out. It looks so good on paper. But getting out of bed in the morning to do it, oh my goodness, so much harder. I actually, because I'm a night person, I am like all motivated at night. I'm like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's why I pick out my clothes the night before. I literally set out everything to set myself up for success. Because if I don't, it's even more challenging in the morning. So let's talk about it. So the truth is, many people will hear these practices and then feel instant resistance. Like, I don't have time. I should be doing more. Self-care feels like an indulgence. Or even, more, it's like, I feel so selfish taking care of me. I used to have those feelings. So I know how it feels to be there. And then once you realize that you matter, you truly matter, and that your time, your energy matter, you can slowly start making more time for the things that help you feel good, connecting to your joy, taking care of your body, everything. So this is absolutely normal, having resistance. So here are ways to work through it. Reframe self-care as survival and service. So when you take care of you, you're at a much better place to take care of others in your life. I know because when I don't take care of myself, I'm not the best mom I can be. I get short-tempered. Like my fuse is so short. I can't handle situations as calmly and patiently as I would if I took care of myself first. There's a reason you hear this saying all the time in the self-care, self-love world is, on airplanes, you put on your energy mask first. Because if you don't take care of you, you're not going to be in good enough shape to take care of others. So if you really need to reframe it where it's more of a survival and of service to others, that's how you move through that resistance. When you care for your soul, when you take care of you, you could become more present and you're more generous and loving towards others as well. Start small. Tiny rituals are easier to keep than grand gestures. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been down that road myself. Then notice the beliefs behind the resistance. Like, I don't have time. Some of those practices I shared were 5-10 minutes. They're not a lot. So it's finding room in your schedule for you. Things that can help you fill you up. And honestly, when you take care of yourself, you have more energy and it feels like you have more time in your day to take care of all the other things that life throws your way. So if you're feeling this, like notice it. You can even pull out your journal and then ask, what am I afraid will happen if I rest? And often just being aware of why you're resisting it can really open up your eyes to like, oh, this is why I'm procrastinating, or this is why I don't want to do this, or I'm making excuses. And then also really important if you're struggling is use accountability. Tell a friend you'll be practicing a small ritual and check in. Do this together. You don't have to do this alone. This is actually why the BU community room is so awesome. Because if you are having troubles and you want to start something new, you can connect with other people. You can go right into the BU community room and go, look, guys, I just listened to this episode and I want to do this. And we'll be there for you, cheering you on every step of the way and pushing you a little bit when you need a gentle, loving push. And then, so we have this idea where we can't slow down for ourselves. We can't take time for ourselves, especially women. We've been taught that we have to run the household, take care of other people. And oh my goodness, that's exhausting. Gotta take care of ourselves first. So it's giving yourself permission. Here's a phrase that's really great. I give myself permission to rest. Say it with me now. I give myself permission to rest. One more time, louder. I give myself permission to rest. Repeat that until it feels less foreign to you. Guilt often signals messages that are kind of under the surface from our upbringing or culture, society, all the fun things. So naming the guilt reduces its power. So if you feel that like in your gut, you're like, I feel so guilty and it's heavy and it's awful, shine light on it, name it. I feel guilty because. You don't need to be productive to be worthy of care. You matter. You really, truly matter. So shine light on those things. And you can even sometimes when you name it and you really just bring awareness to it and shine light on it, you'll actually realize that it's not in your voice. It's in somebody else's voice. Could be a family member, could be a teacher. It could be anything that you kind of really heard growing up. Okay, so here's the thing. I know what it feels like when your soul doesn't feel good. Like I've been there. It's tired. I've shared multiple different little stories throughout last week's episode. And it's just loving yourself, taking one small step at a time. And like I said, we as women tend to feel like we have to take care of everybody else first. We're nurturers. We're the caregivers. And this is your invitation. This is your open, loving hug to take care of you today. And I actually have something really cool that I'm going to be sharing. I also want to share, though, before I jump into that, I want to share that, these creative rituals are powerful, and taking care of our soul and helping it sing is super, super important. But sometimes deeper help is necessary. So I just want to be here for a loving moment, a loving friend, to share that if you feel really heavy and you try the rituals and you get support from friends and things like that, to like, if it's still heavy and you have a hard time finding which way up, I kind of take it as this feeling that you're in the ocean and you're trying to grab for the life preserver, but you can't reach it. And it just feels dark and heavy and you're lonely and like, not even lonely, you feel alone in the world. I really do consider professional support. So if you're feeling, this presence of hopelessness or thoughts of harming yourself, severe sleep deprivation, appetite changes, or loss of interest that persists for weeks, difficulty functioning at work, home, or in relationships, or unresolved trauma that interferes with your daily life, please go and talk with somebody that is trained to help you through these moments. You're not designed to do everything alone in life. So therapists, counselors, anybody, like, they're not anybody, people that are trustworthy, people that are, work with trauma. So please, please, please reach out to people if you are in that place. Okay. It is time to reconnect with your inner compass. This is a guided mini practice. Let's take a moment to embody a pause. If possible, sit comfortably, feet on the floor, hands resting in your lap. Now, if you're driving or in a public space, practice eyes open, or just hit the pause button and wait till you get home. So close your eyes if it feels safe to do so. Take 3 slow, full breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let your body soften. Bring attention to your body. Scan it from head to toe and notice any areas of tension or numbness. Breathe into those spaces as if sending them warmth. Imagine a small, steady light in your chest, gentle like a candle. This is your inner compass. It doesn't need to be bright or grand, just steady. Ask quietly, what do I need right now so my soul can rest and sing? Don't force an answer. Notice the first image, word, or feeling that arises. If nothing comes, that's okay. Rest in the question. If an answer emerges, imagine handing that need gently to the inner light. See it. Hold it with care. Now imagine a simple action you can take within the next 24 hours to honor that need. It could be a 5-minute walk, a text to a friend, turning off notifications for an hour, or writing 1 sentence in a journal. Breathe in the commitment to that small act. Let your shoulders soften. Rest for a few more breaths. When you're ready, Wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes and bring this small, tender, beautiful intention into your day. How are you feeling? I feel lighter and more connected to my soul. Before we close, here are 3 more things you can do over the next week if you choose to, if it feels good to you. Choose one practice from earlier, those 7 different practices I shared. So 2 minutes of breathing, unplugging for 30 minutes. Those beautiful practices. So, for example, the morning anchor, the evening unload, the micro creative pause, the nature reset. So things like that. So if you can try to, one that really lit you up, write that down and make an intention to try it this week. I really encourage you, if you can, and if it feels right, to set up at the 10-minute morning or evening anchor for at least 5 days. And then track how you feel. And reach out to one person who nurtures you and schedule a conversation or a mindful walk with them. And if you need support, I have a free toolbox of goodies on my website at jodymisiak.com for more ways for you to help create a deeper, loving relationship with yourself, how to simplify your life, and how to reclaim your joy. I have a Reclaim Your Joy Masterclass, and it's 40 minutes, and it's an audio, so you just listen just like this podcast to really reclaim your joy. You can also join the BU community room where you can connect with other like-minded women and get support there as well. And if you'd like to have weekly motivation land into your inbox, please subscribe to my email. You'll find that on my website as well at jodymisiak.com, where you can join. And every Sunday is Self-Love Sunday. And then once a month, I go a little bit more and I have a whole newsletter or a monthly note that has different resources in it as well. And that way you can email me whenever you need a little love and support. I always love to hear your input and what lands with you. So, from the bottom of my heart, if your soul is tired right now, hear this. You are not alone. The world is loud, and tending to the inner life takes courage. Rest is not failure. It's an essential act of love for yourself in this world. You deserve care that goes beyond quick fixes. You deserve rituals, community, and a space to remember who you truly are. Take one small step, celebrate it, repeat it. The soil will regain its richness if you keep tending to it with curiosity and compassion. Thank you for being here with me today. If this episode helped, please subscribe, share it with others who need it, and just share the love. And again, you can find more free self-love goodies, the toolbox of goodies, over on my website. So there's different worksheets and activity books, meditations that can help guide you on your self-love journey. And it's over at jodymisiak.com. I'm Jody Misiak. Keep loving you, yourself, and life. And remember that you matter too. Until next time, have a beautiful, beautiful day. And thanks again for being here. Take care. Bye for now.